From translation, NKJV New King James Version. This 82nd day of the year. Today we are reading passages, Judges 13 to 15. Judges chapter 13, verses 1 to 25. Now the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines for 40 years. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Mano, and his wife was barren and had no children. And the angel of the Lord appeared to the woman and said to her, Indeed now, you are barren and have borne no children, but you shall conceive and bear a son. Therefore be careful and drink no wine or similar drink, and eat nothing unclean. For behold, you shall conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come upon his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb. And he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So the woman came and told her husband, saying, A man of God came to me, and his appearance was like the appearance of the angel of God, very awesome. But I did not ask him where he was from, and he did not tell me his name. And he said to me, Indeed you shall conceive and bear a son. Now drink no wine or similar drink, nor eat anything unclean, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb to the day of his death. Then Mano prayed to the Lord, saying, O my Lord, please let the man of God whom you sent come to us again and teach us what we shall do for the child who will be born. And God heeded the voice of Mano, and the angel of God came to the woman again as she was sitting in the field, but Mano her husband was not with her. Then the woman ran quickly and told her husband, saying, The man who came to me the other day has appeared to me. So Mano arose and went after his wife, and came to the man and said to him, Are you the man who spoke to this woman? And he said, I am. Mano said, Now let your words come to pass. What will be the boy's rule of life and his work? So the angel of the Lord said to Mano, Of all that I said to the woman, let her be careful. She may not eat anything that comes from the vine, nor may she drink wine or similar drink, nor eat anything unclean. All that I commanded her let her observe. Then Mano said to the angel of the Lord, Please let us detain you, and we will prepare a young goat for you. And the angel of the Lord said to Mano, Though you detain me, I will not eat your food. But if you offer a burnt offering, you must offer it to the Lord. For Mano did not know he was the angel of the Lord. Then Mano said to the angel of the Lord, What is your name, that when your words come to pass we may honor you? And the angel of the Lord said to him, Why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful? So Mano took a young goat with a grain offering, and offered it upon the rock to the Lord. And the angel of the Lord did a wondrous thing, while Mano and his wife looked on. It happened, as the flame went up toward heaven from the altar, that the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. When Mano and his wife saw this, they fell on their faces to the ground. But the angel of the Lord appeared no more to Mano and his wife. Then Mano knew that he was the angel of the Lord. And Mano said to his wife, We shall surely die because we have seen God. But his wife said to him, If the Lord had desired to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering from our hands, nor would he have shown us all these things, or as it is now this day. So the woman bore a son and called his name Samson, and the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move upon him at Mahane Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol. Judges chapter 14, verses 1 to 20. Now Samson went down to Timnah, and saw a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. When he went up, he told his father and mother, saying, I have seen a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her for me as a wife. But his father and mother said to him, Is there no woman among the daughters of your brethren, or among all my people, that you must go to get a wife from the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said to his father, Get her for me, for she pleases me well. But his father and mother did not know that it was of the Lord, that he was seeking an occasion against the Philistines. For at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. So Samson went down to Timnah with his father and mother, and came to the vineyards of Timnah. Now to his surprise, a young lion came roaring against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he tore the lion apart as one would have torn apart a young goat, though he had nothing in his hand. But he did not tell his father or mother what he had done. Then he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. After some time, when he returned to take her, he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold, a swarm of bees and honey were in the carcass of the lion. He took some of the honey in his hands and ate it as he went along, and when he came to his father and mother, he gave some to them, and they also ate. But he did not tell them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. Then his father went down to the woman, and Samson gave a feast there, for so the young men customarily did. And it happened when they saw him, that they brought 30 companions to be with him. Then Samson said to them, Let me propound a riddle to you. If you can explain the riddle to me within the 7 days of the feast, then I will give you 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothing. But if you cannot explain the riddle to me, Then you shall give me 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothing. And they said to him, Propound your riddle, that we may hear it. So he said to them, Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet. And for 3 days they could not explain the riddle. But it happened on the 7th day that they said to Samson's wife, Entice your husband, that he may explain the riddle to us, or else we will burn you and your father's house with fire. Have you invited us to take what we have? Is that not so? Then Samson's wife wept on him and said, You only hate me and do not love me. You have propounded a riddle to the sons of my people, but you have not explained it to me. And he said to her, Look, I have not told my father nor my mother, and should I tell you? Now she had wept on him the 7 days while their feast lasted, and on the 7th day he told her, because she pressed him. And she explained the riddle to the sons of her people. So the men of the city said to him on the 7th day before the sun went down, What is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said to them, If you had not plowed with my heifer, you would not have solved my riddle. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily, and he went down to Ashkelon and killed 30 of their men, took their apparel, and gave the changes of clothing to those who had explained the riddle. So his anger was aroused, and he went back to his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion, who had been his best man. Judges chapter 15, verses 1 to 20. After a while, in the days of wheat harvest, it happened that Samson visited his wife with a young goat. And he said, Let me go into my wife, into her room. But her father would not allow him to go in. Her father said, I really thought that you had thoroughly hated her, therefore I gave her to your companion. Is not her younger sister better than she? Please take her instead. And Samson said, This time I shall be blameless regarding the Philistines when I harm them. Then Samson went and caught 300 foxes. And he took torches, turned the fox's tail to tail, and put a torch between each pair of tails. When he had set the torches on fire, he let the foxes go into the standing grain of the Philistines, and burned up both the shocks and the standing grain, as well as the vineyards and olive groves. Then the Philistines said, Who has done this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he has taken his wife and given her to his companion. So the Philistines came up and burned her and her father with fire. But Samson said to them, Since you do what is like this, I will surely take revenge on you, and after that I will cease. So he attacked them viciously, slaughtered many of them, and went down and stayed in the cleft of the rock of Etam. Now the Philistines went up and encamped in Judah and spread out in Lehi. And the men of Judah said, Why have you come up against us? So they answered, We have come up to bind Samson, to do to him as he has done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went down to the cleft of the rock of Etam, and said to Samson, Do you not know that the Philistines rule over us? What have you done to us? And he said to them, As they did to me, so I have done to them. But they said to him, We have come down to bind you, that we may deliver you into the hand of the Philistines. Then Samson said to them, Swear to me that you will not attack me yourselves. And they said to him, No, but we will bind you securely and deliver you into their hand, but we surely will not kill you. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock. When he came to Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily. And the ropes that were on his arms became like flax that is burned with fire, and his bonds melted from his hands. He found a fresh jawbone of a donkey, reached out his hand and took it, and killed 1,000 men with it. Then Samson said, With the jawbone of a donkey, heaps upon heaps, with the jawbone of a donkey I have slain 1,000 men. And so it was, when he had finished speaking, that he threw the jawbone out of his hand, and called that place Ramath Lehi. Then he became very thirsty, and called on the Lord, saying, You have given this great deliverance by the hand of your servant, and now shall I die of thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised. So God split the hollow place that is in Lehi, and water came out from it. And when he drank, his spirit returned, and he revived. Therefore he called its name En-Hakkore, which is in Lehi to this day. And he judged Israel 20 years in the days of the Philistines.